Indonesia buys 48 KAAN fighter jets from Turkey. USD 10 billion deal changes global defense map. In a historic move that surprised many in the international defense world, Indonesia has reportedly signed an agreement to purchase 48 KAAN fifth-generation fighter jets from Turkey. The USD 10 billion contract was officially announced at the Indo-Defense Expo and Forum in Jakarta and immediately gained global attention as one of the largest defense contracts in Turkish history. According to senior Turkish journalist KAAN, this deal not only reflects the improvement in bilateral relations between Jakarta and Ankara, but also symbolizes the shift in global defense strategy, where countries like Indonesia are starting to look for alternatives outside of traditional suppliers, such as the United States and other Western countries. The KAAN fighter jet, formerly known as the TFX, is a fifth-generation multi-role fighter developed by Turkish Aerospace Industries, TAI. Designed as a twin-engine stealth fighter, the KAAN carries Turkey's ambition to become a major player in the global defense industry. The project first began in 2016 and received full support from the president of the Turkish Defense Industries Agency, Haluk Gergen. The main goal of developing the KAAN is to replace the Turkish Air Force's aging F-16 fleet, while providing a competing option to advanced fighter jets such as the US-made F-35 and China's Chengdu J-20. With stealth technology, advanced avionics, and long-range combat capabilities, the KAAN is positioned as one of the most ambitious fighter jets ever developed by a non-Western country. The development of the KAAN cannot be separated from international cooperation. Turkey has collaborated with major companies such as BAE Systems from the UK and Rolls-Royce in terms of engine, technology, and aerodynamic design. This collaboration has accelerated the design process and allowed Turkey to access technology that was previously only available to developed countries. Indonesia's decision to purchase 48 KAAN units marks an important strategic step in its military modernization policy. In recent years, Indonesia has continued to strive to strengthen its defense equipment, along with increasing geopolitical tensions in the Indo-Pacific region, especially in the South China Sea. The choice to purchase fighter jets from Turkey reflects the diversification strategy of defense equipment suppliers that have so far been dominated by Western countries such as the United States, France, and Russia. Through the acquisition of KAAN, Indonesia not only obtains advanced fighter jets, but also opens the door to technology transfer and broader defense industry cooperation. It is expected that some of the assembly, technical training, and maintenance processes will be carried out domestically, which in turn can improve national defense capabilities and create new jobs in this strategic sector. Furthermore, this agreement reflects Indonesia's confidence in Turkey's rapidly developing military technology capabilities in the past decade. Turkey has demonstrated its capabilities through products such as the Bayraktar TB2 drone, armored combat vehicles, and air defense systems, all of which have been exported to various countries and used in various global conflicts. The Indonesia-Turkey agreement to purchase KAAN fighter jets has a much broader impact than just a defense equipment sale and purchase transaction. Geopolitically, this step shows that developing countries such as Indonesia are starting to play a more independent and strategic role in determining their defense partners, amidst the competition between major world powers such as the United States, China, and Russia. Indonesia has chosen to balance its strategic orientation by establishing closer ties with middle powers, such as Turkey. This reflects a new pattern in international relations, where South-South cooperation, Global South, is increasingly prominent in the field of high technology, including defense. For Turkey, this deal is a validation of its long-term ambition to become a respected global arms exporter. The success of selling fifth-generation fighter jets to a country as big as Indonesia proves that its defense products are able to compete in the international market, even against the dominance of giant defense companies from the West. Reactions to this announcement were mixed. A number of Western analysts expressed concerns that the increasing dependence of because countries like Indonesia on non-Western weapon systems can reduce the political and economic influence of NATO countries in the Asia-Pacific region. However, from the perspective of national sovereignty, this decision is seen as a step forward in building independence and strategic flexibility. Meanwhile, military analysts estimate that Indonesia's acquisition of 48 KAAN jets could change the balance of air power in Southeast Asia. Currently, Indonesia operates various types of fighter jets such as the F-16, Sukhoi Su-27, Su-30, and T-50I Golden Eagle. With the entry of KAAN, Indonesia will have one of the most sophisticated fighter fleets in the region, potentially increasing Indonesia's bargaining position in regional defense diplomacy. Turkey itself stated that the production and delivery of the first KAAN unit for Indonesia will begin in the next few years, with a tight schedule so that all units can be delivered before 2030. TAI is also open to collaborating with Indonesia's local defense industry to expand production capacity and long-term maintenance. Indonesia's purchase of 48 KAAN fighter jets from Turkey marks an important turning point in the global defense landscape. This is not just a multi-billion-dollar transaction, but rather a manifestation of a strategic transformation in Indonesia's defense policy and the growth of Turkey's defense industry. As global threats become more complex and geopolitical, dynamics become more volatile. This kind of cooperation shows that future military power will no longer be determined by who has the most expensive technology, but by who is able to build flexible, intelligent, and sustainable strategic alliances.